It is day 81, July 9th, and it's a beautiful, beautiful day. All that rain took away some of the heat and humidity. I knew we had a lot of rain, but supposedly 4 inches of rain in the last, whatever that was, yesterday, 24 hours. In Washington, D.C., which I told you it's not that far away, it wasn't that far away. They had more rain in one day than they normally have in an entire month, or the entire month of July. So I knew there was a lot of rain. And this trail is still a little bit muddy, but all is good. Mrs. Mulligan just dropped me off back at Old Forge Road picnic area, is that what it's called? And so I'm once again slack packing, which is just a wonderful feeling after carrying that heavy pack for a few days up and down. I tell you, I think it's kind of like when you stop working out for a while. That's what slack packing is like. And then you go back to working out, which would be going back to putting the pack back on. It is really hard. So that's one of the big downsides of slack packing, because when you put the pack back on, you kind of lost your mojo a little bit. And then combined with that heat and humidity, those last, whatever it was, 4 or 5 days, made it really, really hard. But I'm not complaining. I'll take the slack packing now, and I'll take the punishment later when I have to go back to wearing the pack again and carrying everything. But for now, I'm going to enjoy carrying my, whatever it is, 4 or 5 pounds. So I'm just on a short Blue Blaze trail to something called Chimney Rock. It's one thing about slack packing. I'm more inclined to take a short side trail to a view versus when I got the pack on, anything out of the way. It's got to be really, really tempting for me to do it. But just a couple of observations in Pennsylvania so far. One, the guy I passed a couple of days ago going southbound, who said the first 60 miles of Pennsylvania were flat and easy. He must not have meant the first 5 miles. And maybe he just meant not the first 5 miles, the next 55 after that. Because there's been plenty of ups and downs. Now I'm wondering if the way he smiled at me, he was just screwing with me big time, being sarcastic. So now that's in my head. Can't trust those southbounders. And the other thing is, while the ups, which way am I going here? While the ups are not nearly as high, in other words, the top of the mountains aren't 4,000 feet, the lows are lower. So this morning, I started off with a 1,000-foot climb up here to this side trail to Chimney Rock. So again, while the tops aren't as high, the lows are lower. So the elevation gain and loss, even though it doesn't look like the mountains are as high in Pennsylvania, there's still significant elevation gain and loss. This is going to be a good view though. Hold on. I'm the only one up here too. So I can turn this around. It's pretty good, huh? There we go. This is Chimney Rock. That way's north. Get down that way. Well, I've got some relatively flat trail here. I was thinking it's time for another episode of everybody's, well, maybe not so much, favorite game show, The Biggest Loser, starring me, Mulligan. If you haven't seen previous episodes, I weighed in at 216 pounds when this show started, before my little walk. Then, first time I really got access to a good scale was in Daleville, where I hurt my ankle the first time, and I was down to 195, so lost 21 pounds. That's not good. And a couple weeks later, after a lot of rest and ice cream and junk food, got it back up to 202. So that was good, gained some of it back. And then last night we had another weigh-in. And what do you think? What's your best guess for the biggest loser here? Hard to tell with selfie photography. Give you a second. Last night's show I weighed in at 197, so I'm back going in the wrong direction. Down 19 pounds from the beginning. I guess the good news is that since mile 700, when I was 195, I've gained a couple pounds. So that's good, but I'm back going in the wrong direction again. So I got to double my efforts on the ice cream, I think. Stay tuned for future episodes of The Biggest Loser. I'm just here at a trail crossing for the Rocky Mountain Shelters that way, point 3, just having a little lunch break. And I was thinking, this is not exactly from the Hillbilly Market way back in Hot Springs. Lunch of Champions, same thing, but like I said, it's not exactly Hillbilly Market quality. Sausage, egg, and cheese, cold for lunch. McDonald's though, Mickey D's. I miss the Hillbilly Market. Trail goes that way. There you go, Lunch of Champions. I'm just coming into Caledonia State Park, which is a big drive-in campground. Nice creek down there. And for some reason I'm on a little detour of the AT. They've rerouted the AT along this, they call it the trolley path, but anyway, I'm sort of on a Nero day today. I just did 11 miles. It's a Nero, if you don't know, it's like a zero, because it's nearly zero. So get some miles, move it a little further north, but a shorter day. So that will do it for day 81.